Hey guys, my name is Hannah and I would say, let's have some fun today. Okay, initially I wanted to do 3 looks with this palette right here, but it seems like I don't have the time, sadly, again. But I want to do a look with the Natasha Denona Roxa palette. I finally got it for myself. I told you in a will I buy it or not that it's on my list, but I don't know when I will buy it. And I heard so many mixed opinions about this palette, guys. So many. I think by now you did too. And I wanted to see for myself what the fuss is all about. Look how stunning the packaging is, first of all. It's going from a greenish bluish shade to the lilac-y packaging. Oh, it's beautiful right away. But now let's look at the inside, and I didn't use it until now. It arrived not that long ago. Guys, I also need to film with my new Twilight palette from Colourpop. Of course I needed to buy this one as well. So there's so many things on my list. How will I do this all? But I will, I promise. And it's so beautiful. I'm so excited. I want to dive into it right away. I don't know what the look will be today. If it will be a little bit bolder or a little bit softer. I'm feeling both ways, so I will just go with the flow right here. I don't have a plan in my mind, but I want to see where the journey will bring me. I like that I have a little bit of warmer options, but then over here I have some cooler options. Overall, first impressions, just looking at this palette, I have to say it's looking very nice to me personally and very glittery. And I'm a fan of something like that. So we will see. But without further ado, let's jump into the video. Let's do a beautiful look with this palette right here. And I'm very curious how it will perform. So let's do this. This time, guys, I want to start with a fluffy blending brush. And my eyes are already primed so that we can jump right into the video. And I think I want to start with this dusty rosy shade right here on this blending brush. It's called Velour. And I will put this right into my crease. Ooh, very beautiful. I love that shades. Like I said, it's a little bit more on the cooler toned side. You have to like something like that for sure. Because the palette itself, it's even a little bit more cool toned, but you also have warm options. I think this is something I appreciate. Because that always means versatility at the end. It's blending really nice. The shade is feeling, it's a powder shade, but it's feeling slightly creamy. So I think therefore you have a nice blending experience with those shades. Now with the packing brush, I want to go into the shade Jacaranda, this one right here. I want to put it at the outer portion of my lid area. And blend it a little bit into the shade Velour. Very lightly. I have to say the lilac-y shade is feeling a little bit more patchy. The shade Jacaranda. It's feeling slightly patchy. Or not really patchy, but I don't have the feeling I can spread this one as well as I did a moment ago with the shade Velour. So I have the feeling when I would do this with a blending brush, it would be a little bit harder to blend this shade maybe out. You can see I have a little bit of patchiness right there. It could be the method, maybe you need to use more of a blending brush or something like that, but with a palette that's a luxury or high-end type of palette, I don't have the feeling you should put that much thought into it. Okay, now I will go with my finger into the shade Concord. This one right here. And I think I will fill out the outer corner of my lid area. Just to make it look a little bit more smooth again. I think glittery shades are helping always with something like that. But I, on the other hand, have the feeling you shouldn't need to think like that if the palette is working fine. A little bit of patchiness I got there, I need to be honest. But the lilac-y shade, the shade Concord, is very beautiful. I love that it's intense and vibrant and very shimmery and metallic at the same time. It depends on the light. Now I want to do something fun. I want to combine the very warm shade with the cool shades I let down until now. And I want to go into the shade Cerise now, or Cerise. I don't know how to pronounce it correctly, but this very warm burgundy reddish type of shade. And I will go at the front portion of my lid area with this one. I have the feeling it would be a nice combination. Again, a little bit into the crease, very, very lightly. And I'm using a flatter, denser type of blending brush for this. I think I like the combination. And over it, I want to go with the shade Flutter over the shade Cerise, because I have the feeling it's more like a toppery kind of shade. Ooh, it's feeling very creamy. Look how stunning. I have a good feeling about this shade, and I want to go with this one over the shade Cerise. And now I want to go into the shade Phoebe, or Phoebe, Phoebe, I don't know how to pronounce it again. And I will go into it with the same brush and just go a little bit on my brow bone area with this one, just to lighten everything ever so slightly. And for my lower lash line, I will go into the shade Eclipse, this one right here. I want to use some more colors. I will try my best right now, and I will go all over my lower lash line with this one. It's a little bit of a darker, sexier type of lilac-y shade. Oh yes, I like that right now very much. Let's put this also very lightly at the outer corner of the upper lid area, going in with mostly tapping motions. And now with a smaller packing brush again, I'm going into the shade Dixie because it's looking very beautiful as well. It's a little bit more on the flaky side, so there you have to be a little bit careful, and I will put it at the front portion. Ooh, it's with a blue shift, it seems like. I hope you can tell. I love that. I need to use it, I think, in a second for my lid area as well, because this shade is stunning. I love such shades. It's really like fairy dust. The name Dixie is very fitting for that shade. Ooh. This is a very nice shade. So let's put this one on the finger as well. It's looking a little bit more smoother on the finger if you're going in. And I will go right into the middle portion of my lid area with this one. Oh, look guys. I love that. That's the little specialness that I needed in this look. And now with the same packing type of brush, I will go into the shade Phoebe again and go into my inner corners very lightly. And over it, I will put the shade Stargirl on. This one right here. Ooh, I like that combination. You know what? I really want to also use the shade Bold, so I'm thinking what I could do with this one. But my lid is pretty much done, but I will pick it up. Let's pick it up. On the finger. Okay, I like it. And I will go with this one, I think, very near my lash area. Okay, I don't think you can see it that well, but it's giving a little bit of something else. I need to try this one the next time as a focus point. But for now, this have to do it. So guys, I think this is all of the look I want to do. I used pretty much, not all of the shades, but the shades I really wanted to test out. That really sparked my interest. I have to say I love the look. I love the look, but I have some second thoughts as well about this palette. I have to be honest. So I will quickly put on my lashes and my lips. Then we will be right back with the zoomed out version and my First impressions on the Roxa palette from Natasha Denona. Hey guys, and here's the look all zoomed out. For my lashes, I used my Cult Cosmetics Super Natural Mascara in Ultra Black. I put it on very, very lightly. I wanted a black one, but I want that it's a little bit more light. But with this one, I also can count on that it will hold the whole day. And for my lips, I did go, again, very lightly in it because I want that the focus point are my eyes at the end of the day. And I did go in with the Chantecaille Lip Veil in Iris or Iris, pick one. And I really did just go in with light tapping motions and blended everything in with my finger so that it's a little bit more of a blurred out look and a healthy lip look, you know, but not too much, so that the focus point are at the end, like I said, the eyes. Okay guys, about this palette, it was just one look, but it did tell me something about it, I have to say. So overall, I love this look. I think it's beautiful. I love how I feel in it. I think it's a very stunning, curated, beautiful look, and I feel very good in it, first of all. Second, I have to say, even though it's a good look, some of the lilac-y shades, some of the violet shades are a little bit on the patchy and harder to work with side. I have the feeling, at least. The shade Velour was very easy. Creamy, easy peasy all over the lid. But the shade Jacaranda, this one right here, even though I didn't do a full-blown out look with it, I just did go in with my packing brush. I had the feeling it was a little bit harder to put it on the lid, to blend it in, and that it's looking good and not too patchy. I had the feeling with this one right away, I have to be honest. I don't know if it was the day to day, maybe sometimes it's the eyes, sometimes it's the primer you are using, you never know, so I have to play a little bit more with it to really can make up my mind with this one, but for now, this was my experience. But the shade Eclipse was very beautiful. Carise was a little bit patchy, but also not really. It was just a little bit lighter than you would expect with this one. It was a little bit more of a lighter shade. And maybe therefore I could see my skin a little bit poking through a little bit more. So you can build it up. I'm on the fence with this one. Need to test it out, like I said before, a little bit more, but all the shimmery shades, I have to say, I love. Again, I love. I think they are very beautiful. I really love how they are looking, how shimmery and glimmery my eyes are looking, but in a, again, I have the feeling, sophisticated way. Somehow in a sophisticated way. Don't ask me how, but it is like that. So I really enjoy it, and I think it's very beautiful, and I overall love the look, and I'm not mad that I bought this palette. That being said, I didn't bought it on full price. I bought it on a discount. So with the discount, I think I've paid around $45. And for the $45, I think it's okay. For this price, I'm happy with this palette. If I would have paid the 75 something dollars, I don't know, I think I would feel happy because I really like Natasha Denona, but it wouldn't be as satisfying, if you know what I mean. So take with this what you want, but those are my first feelings about this palette. You just need it if you never need it. First of all, you never need a palette, but if you really want it and you like those shades, I think it's a nice palette, and like I said, at the end of the day, I enjoy my look, and it was fast. It was a fast look to create, so I think you would be happy with it, but just that you know, with 1 or 2 shades, you maybe have to work a little bit more just a teensy tiny bit more. So you have to think about if it's really worth it at the end for you. The one palette that really came to my mind that could be similar, it wasn't even the Melt Cheese and Parties palette, because I have the feeling this is a little bit more laid back, or not laid back, it's more like a palette with a filter on, but very strong nevertheless. But the palette I really had to think about was the Gothic palette from Cosmic Beauty. And I really had to think about this palette looking at the Natasha Denona Roxa palette. But see for yourself. So I have the feeling maybe the Natasha Denona palette is in the end a little bit more muted sister palette to the Gothic palette. And in the Gothic palette you also have a little bit more of different types of shimmers. But here they are. I think there are a little bit more of different undertones, but if you really love lilacs and shimmers and sparkles, you also would be very happy with this one. But this one, with that being said, is a little bit more of a stronger approach towards the purple realm. So if you want something like that, this would be your best bet. But if you want something a little bit more buildable and a little bit more, at the end of the day, on the softer side, I think you would be very happy with the Natasha Denona one. Okay guys, this was all of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I had very much fun. I love to create looks. I love to test out new palettes, especially from my favorite brands, and Natasha Denona is one of them. So I really enjoy it, but I just wanted to tell you the truth of everything and to give you the pros and the cons. So just that you can make up your own mind if it's worth it or not. But I think if you can snag this palette on a better deal, you would be very or pretty happy with it. If you like those colors, of course. And yeah, with that being said, thank you so much for watching, guys. I had so much fun. If you enjoyed this video as well, give me a thumbs up that I know that you like this kind of content. Also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and click on the little bell to get notifications here and there when I'm posting something new. I hope we will see each other in my next video. So excited, like I said, need to film so many things. Need to find time for it, and I will, for sure. I'm very excited and we will see each other hopefully. Until then, guys, bye.